So the next fable I'm going to look at is Dorothy, and she is a really interesting fable. She has almost the highest hit points in the game, and she will have a combo system where she'll be able to use her skill cards in conjunction, not having to spend a basic card to activate the second skill card, and that will allow her to gain her combo tokens. And the key with Dorothy is going to be able to gain these combo tokens and being able to utilize them in a number of different ways on some of her cards. She also has the ability to attack from far distances, gaining additional power, and if her opponent is in the corner or in one of the end spaces, she is going to do massive amounts of damage. So playing against Dorothy, it's going to be key to staying away from the edge of the board, as well as kind of being able to find a mid-range to hit her from, or being able to get up close and be able to do damage to her that way. Now, as Dorothy, some of your shortcomings are going to be obviously that you're going to need to focus on getting these combo tokens into your hand, so you won't be able to necessarily utilize some of your skill cards to their fullest effect, as well as it is going to be a little harder for you to generate power. So those are going to be some of these struggles you're going to be dealing with as Dorothy. But if you get a good balance and tempo right, Dorothy can be an absolute killing machine. So from there, let's talk about Dorothy's backstory. So Dorothy was designed as an AI, basically android system that is all about killing. She is the ultimate assassin that has been developed by the Oz Corporation. And she is both very good at eliminating targets as well as interrogating them and extracting information from them and everything else that has to do with espionage and stealth and everything else. And she is very good at her role. But as time has gone on, her AI has developed an awareness of itself, and she feels that there is something missing. There is a hole in her heart and her mind that she desires a soul, and she wants to find that. And as she has exploited different people and killed different people, in that she has learned about the energy source and power that Red Riding Hood holds, and so is out to track that down, as that might be the answer to what she's looking for, giving her that much needed soul that she is after to hopefully bring her more humanity and give her what she is missing. So as she is torn between the quest to give this information to the Oz Corporation or keep it to herself, she has chosen to keep it to herself and try to track down Red Riding Hood to gain this power and find out if this is what she's looking for. So from here, let's go ahead and dive into Dorothy's deck and see how her deck works so that you can determine what the best strategy is when using Dorothy. Now, another key thing with Dorothy is that she is going to start out with one of her epic cards right away, and then as the game goes on, as usual, she will unlock a second epic card. So she is one of the only characters in the game that will have access to 2 out of the 3 epic cards that she has at any time. So can be a very powerful thing as well, but her epic cards do work on that combo system, so you're going to have to figure out how to best use those as they come up. First off, with Dorothy, there's a couple of special rules that we need to go over. Starting in her setup, she is going to get to choose one of her epic cards and add it directly into her deck. And then just like every other fable, when she reaches half hit points, she will get to add another epic card. So Dorothy is the only fable in the game that will have 2 epic cards throughout the game potentially. Then she also has, after you use a skill, you may immediately use another skill without paying the required basic card for it. That is going to be treated as if you played a 0 level required basic card for it, providing 0 points of either attack, defense, or movement. Whenever you do so, you finish a combo and you're going to gain a combo token, and then you're going to add it to your supply. You may trigger this effect multiple times in succession, and you'll also use other cards, other twist cards, to gain additional combo tokens, potentially racking up quite a few, especially late in the game when you have a lot of twists. Dorothy's attack deck is going to be short-range attacks that provide knockback, and if your opponent is in the corner, can do massive amounts of damage. So we're going to start by looking at Target Acquired. This is her level 1 card and has a range 1 damage plus the basic card she plays to activate it. This is also going to provide knockback of her opponent a number of spaces based on that basic card she played, and then she's also going to gain damage +1 for each space she cannot move backwards because of reaching the edge of the fighting track. So if you get your opponent all the way up to the edge, every space you cannot move your opponent back, you're going to do an additional damage to your opponent. From there, then she's going to move over to target locked. With this one, this is again range 1, at this time adding 2 damage to it, and then you're going to carry out all the stuff from the previous one. From there, she's going to unlock her first twist, which is Kill Order Affirmed. With this one is going to let you, after you use an attack action, if you immediately use another attack action and inflict more damage than the previous one, you get to finish a combo and gain a combo token. From there, then she's going to move over to Target Neutralize. With this one, it's going to give her, again, range 1, 3 damage this time, and again, that knockback ability with all of the subsequent effects from the previous ones. Finally, she is Nowhere to Hide, and the last twist in each one of her decks is going to be the same. With each one of these, each time you finish a combo, you're going to gain 1 extra combo token. This twist's effect is going to be cumulative with other twists' effects. So as you unlock these, you will be able to get more and more twist cards out of your areas. Dorothy's defense deck has some crazy range with it, some of the best range in the game, and will be able to do damage to her opponents, as well as allowing her to potentially discard cards to draw more cards into her hand. She's going to start with Probing Engaged. With this one, has a range of 6, and it's going to do damage based on the basic card you played to activate this. From there, then you may discard up to 1 basic card from your hand. If you do so, you get to draw X cards, where X is equal to 1 plus the number of cards you discarded. From there, then we move into Probing Deeper. With this one, it's going to give you range 7, again dealing that damage based on your basic cards you play, and this time you can discard up to 2 basic cards to be able to draw cards, again being 1 plus the number of cards you discarded. From there, you're going to unlock your first twist, which is More Than Machine. With this one, each time you finish a combo, if the latter skill's level is higher than the previous one, you gain 1 extra combo token, and this is going to be cumulative with other twist effects. So you can gain multiple combo tokens by meeting multiple different twists abilities at the same time. From there, we're on to Probing is Complete. With this one is a range 8 all the way across the board, dealing damage, and it will allow you to discard up to 3 basic cards from your hand. In doing so, you're going to get to draw 1 plus the number of cards you discarded. Finally, again, Nowhere to Hide. Again, this one is just like the previous ones covered. Dorothy's movement deck is about getting at a range with your opponent and being able to do additional damage based on the distance between you and your opponent. So it's going to work great with her defensive deck. So first off, we're going to start with Enemy Sighted. With this one is going to give you a range 1 plus the range or adding the level of your movement card you played to activate this. You're going to do damage X, where X is equal to 1 plus the number of spaces between you and your opponent. From there, we're going to move on to Enemy in Range. With this one, it's going to give you 1 additional range, and otherwise everything is carried out the same. Then we're going to unlock the first which is Apex Force Approved. With this one, after you use any skill, you may discard any number of movement cards and or wild cards from your hand to move your opponent up to X spaces, where X is equal to the total of the movement cards combined levels of all the cards you just discarded. This won't impact any current combos. From there, we have Enemy Dispatched. With this one, it's going to give you 3 range plus the card you played, and again, it's going to do that damage between you and your opponent's distance. Finally, your final twist again is the Nowhere to Hide. And finally, we get to Dorothy's Epic cards. I'm sure at this point you're wondering where to spend those combo tokens. Well, here we go. We're going to start with the Lion. This is going to give her a range 1, and you're going to spend X combo tokens to gain damage X, where it's going to be based on the number of power tokens or combo tokens you spent, and you're also going to gain X power. Then we have the Scarecrow. With this one, you're going to spend X combo tokens to draw X divided by 2 rounded up cards. So this one will be great for gaining new cards. Then finally, we have the Tin Man. With this one, you're going to spend X combo tokens to recover HP. So you can either heal, draw more cards, or do damage and gain power. It's going to be up to you, and you will get 2 of these. One you'll start the game with, and one you're going to add at the halfway mark. Well, I hope that you found this video helpful and gave you a little bit of insight into this particular fable. I will have videos covering each one of the fables, as well as some other videos covering twisted fables. So check those out as well, and always let me know in the comments down below what you think of these, if you found them helpful, and if you have any other questions or comments, post those in the comment section down below and I'll do my best to answer them. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my videos and leave me feedback on them. I do appreciate it and take into account everything you say to make the best possible videos. Until next time, I'll see you later.